Hi, hi everybody. My name is Santiago Dayanov. I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I'm a psychiatrist and I'm an actor and I'm still studying psychoanalysis. Um, I have done many things to understand not only my emotions, but people's emotions, relationship emotions, and especially in the last years, where on YouTube you can find people like, oh, I don't know, Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, Simon Sinek, and all those people, Corbera, and all those things. Like talking about things which I think it's very useful and it gets motivated to me too. But what I really want to say is sometimes, let me ask you something. Have you ever find yourself on a place that you have been like looking steady, but only thinking? Well, it's like somehow as if you were being filmed, as if you were an actor and someone is being filming you and that's going out, but nobody is filming you at that point. You are only daydreaming, which means that somehow that voice that it's sounding in your head, that thought you're having at that moment, it's not yours precisely. It's much about what you have been uh, listened by your parents, by your teachers, by these gurus, by these motivational videos, and all that stuff. Different thing would be if instead of only thinking and being steady standby like daydreaming, you would write down that and then you film it. Same thing happened to me a while ago when I was washing my dishes and I was doing like this and I realized and I started speaking out loud, which I really strongly recommend you do that because then it helped me to write some lines down and they decided me to come here and talk. So this thing about not being on the daydream with the sound of what you have been told or you how you have been criticized, it's something you have to put outside because when you put it outside, you are doing something very good for you, which is not criticizing yourself and not being those voices come over you and make you feel still, like literally still. You don't move, but you think and you keep stand by thinking. And what I want to say about these mentors and these motivational people, especially entrepreneurs, which I think they help a lot, especially Gary Vaynerchuk, which he talks a lot about stop thinking about your followers, who is following you, stop monitoring your followers, stop like not stopping doing things like publish, do many as publish, quality publish where you think you can give people something. It is very important because it takes you to action. But what I really want to make you think about something is like sometimes that kind of voice comes from a very good intention, which I think Gary has, but at the same time it comes from a place where he was in a place. This is my interpretation, it's a hypothesis that doesn't have to be right, you don't have to agree with me, but just to let you think, okay, just to think together. He had been through many things that he overcome on a good way, doing. And he also called himself a workaholic and a very ambitious, the most ambitious people, which I think when somebody is giving you some advice, I don't think it's very good when somebody is like that because he overcome his private individual past on a way he found about well, hustling, working a lot, and all that. But doesn't mean that he had solved the root problems, the inner problems. It's nothing bad when he gives some advice about what you have to do. Don't paying attention about people, parents, family. What would they say when you publish things? I agree with that. You should publish things, but also take care when you realize that when Gary may be in your head, not Gary itself, but what Gary cannot haven't elaborated yet, which is what he had been through with his parents. That's why he often talks about his past. He doesn't want to talk about his past. That's why he do. But doing, non-stop doing, if even if you get a lot of money, it doesn't mean that you get your past out of your way. Especially I think that when you start doing and being on all the website, social media, saying what you have to do, and then and blah blah blah. It's a way of saying that you cannot let pass away, go away. It means that you do something just in order to equilibrate what past is bothering you. Which I'm saying this is past things. It's not for one. Past is not the same for everybody. I live a life, you live a life, that Gary lived another life. So it's very important you to understand which kind of past you lived and how that is bothering you in a way that helps, because maybe you need another way that it's not posting, doing things, because somehow, even if it gets you money, you don't feel fine. And even if you get money and you feel fine, it could be like when you are sad and you drink a beer and suddenly it goes away, but then it comes again. So you win money, you earn money, but it's never enough. You see Gary Vaynerchuk, he earns a lot of money and he's so famous, but he keeps on doing it. He cannot stop doing it, which I find it's very good because he enthusiasms many people like me, like any others, to do things. But I really encourage you to think what's your own past and what is you have to let go from the past. It's not the same what Gary had to go from his past. And this is very important because that's when you realize and you when you really understand what kind of things is bothering you, and you need to talk about that. I think you need to talk about that, not in a psychiatrist or psychoanalysis way, but just to talk, especially not just saying your problem is you're insecure, your problem is that you care about what your parents or your family would say about that and that, your problem is that you are afraid of being criticized. That's, of course, that's everybody's problem, but that didn't invent Gary Vaynerchuk. That Freud says from like 150 years ago. So you really need to understand how those things impact on yourself. So when you realize that, that's when you really get rid of the past, not in a bad way, not that you forget or not that you cover it doing things, like you use the past to make your best production, your best quality thing. That's what I'm doing and helping people to do. Just mentoring and just having 20 minutes online, because I get really deep inside of what is going on, like unconscious communication. I'm really good at it. So if you want to try, just write me an email and I hope you're good. Have a nice Sunday. Take care.